The Night Before Christmas for Cat and Mouse. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, except for a mouse and a hungry cat with fur fluffy and white, who was chasing the mouse that Christmas Eve night. It seems that those two, mouse and cat, were entangled all day in a terrible spat. The mouse had come into the kitchen to find what food that might have been left behind, just as the cat had the same idea and spotted the mouse as it appeared. Now, it's normal for a cat to behave quite hasty when chasing a mouse it considers quite tasty. So the mouse, to be sure, having other ideas and wanting to live many, many more years, ran into the wall through a tiny mouse door, leaving the cat peering in from the floor. And that's where they stayed all through the night, while the lights on the tree were twinkling bright, until from the chimney there came such a thump, it startled our duo and made them both jump. So what did they see when they turned round to stare? But a jolly old elf, just standing there laughing to see such a sight as a mouse and a cat in a Christmas Eve fight. Ho, ho, he laughed, and then, ho, again. This silly old fight must come to an end. I've plenty to eat for a cat in my bag, and food for mice too, he continued to brag. Then Mouse and Cat noticed his suit, his furry red hat and shiny black boots. "It's Santa," Cat said as she pulled in her claws. Said Mouse, It is Santa Claus." Old Saint Nick, as he is also known, continued to talk in a sweet, soothing tone. "Now I know it is usual for you two to fight, but it's time to make peace this Christmas Eve night. A time of goodwill for all in the house, from Mama and Papa to, yes, Cat and Mouse." And as his eyes twinkled like the lights on the tree, he pulled from his bag dinner for three. For Cat there was milk and food from a can, for Mouse there was cheese, for dessert marzipan. And what did he eat, our dear Santa Claus? Why, Christmas cookies from children, of course. When they were full, his cat washed her face, and Santa and Mouse cleaned off their plates. A feeling of peace came over the house. That ended the fight between Cat and Mouse. So Santa went on with his yearly task, leaving gifts by the tree for all who had asked. He then put his finger aside of his nose, and just like that, up the chimney he rose. Now fast friends, our Mouse and Cat, ran to the window and pressed noses flat, and peered into the sky, where they both saw flying reindeer, a sled, and old Santa Claus. As they watched through the window as the sled flew away, they listened quite closely to hear Santa say, "Peace to all who live in this house, and Merry Christmas to you, my dear Cat and Mouse."